Hey guys, what's up? It's Tim Michael from TimMichaelArts.com. Want to welcome you to another free tutorial. If you want advanced tutorials and anything that you see here, you can just go to TimMichaelArts.com and click on the advanced tutorials or the Draw Too Much Sketch Lessons tab, or else you can go to the Tim Michael School of Art, and right there you'll find all the links that you need to get advanced tutorials. I want to teach you guys something that really helps me out. Sometimes I get a lot of artist's block, and when I get artist's block, I need something that's going to inspire me, okay? And what that means is I need something that's going to catch my attention and make me draw something. Because you might be like me, you might work hard as an artist. And because you work hard as an artist, you might find that you end up with artist's block. And when you come up to this point, when you're done with all your work that you're supposed to do during the day of drawing someone else's work, and then you finally sit down to draw something of your own, you might go, wow, I really can't actually come up with anything. And when that happens, it's a bummer. So, I have a trick, and I'm looking forward to sharing this trick with you. So let's go ahead and get started. I have a document open here, a canvas open. It's 3,000 pixels wide and by 3,000 pixels tall, and 300 pixels per square inch, or the resolution, that's what it's called. Okay? And under my layers, I have a background layer and 3 upper layers. Okay, I'm going to start on layer 1 first. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set my pressure so it's not too high, it's not too low. I mean 66%. Basically what I want to happen is as I push, I want lines to stand out more than other lines. Okay? So as I push, I'm really going to be varying a lot of my line work. Okay? Now, here's where the trick comes in. When you look at a cloud, sometimes you can spot a creature in it, or you can spot an object in it. Okay, when you look at the surface of your bathroom floor, while you're taking care of business or while you're in the shower or whatever, you might see a pattern that looks like a face or something like that. Okay, when you look around you, you look at the grass, you look anywhere that could possibly catch your attention, like a tree or whatever, you might be able to see an object out of it because it shapes in your imagination a object of some nature or another. What we want to do is we want to recreate that same effect that happens to you everywhere else you go, and actually make that happen on your canvas. So you're not exactly coming into this to plan on drawing one specific thing. You're coming here because you really have no idea what you want to draw, and you just want to draw. For Pete's sake, I just want to draw something. So let me show you how I do this. I'm just going to go ahead and start scribbling. I'm dead serious. I'm just going to start scribbling lots of lines over each other. I find the less lines I use, the more cartoony it's going to look. The more lines I use, the more detail I'm going to have in the final piece. Also try and make sure you vary your strokes. You're going to see that some strokes are going to be really light, some are going to be really hard, but I haven't even lifted my pen once yet. Okay? Now, if you can't find anything in your drawing, that's okay. Just stop and start over again. Okay? I'm going to stop here because I do see something in my image. Okay? Now, if you can't see anything, and you don't want to erase all of this because there still could be something good in here, hit R in Photoshop CS5 and above. You can't do anything. You can't do this in anything below CS5. Grab your canvas and you can rotate it. And as you rotate it, you might be able to find something at a different angle than what you already had before. Okay, now I already have an object that I saw, so I'm going to try and put this canvas back the way it was and see if I can spot it again, because it can be kind of easy to lose your concept that you might be seeing. Okay, I do see it, so I'm going to go ahead and start darkening in some of my stuff here. I'm going to rotate my canvas back just a little bit so I get a better angle at this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my brush a bit darker. Okay, and I'm going to make it a bit bigger. And now I'm going to go ahead and begin working on the lines that I want to build out here. Okay, so I'm going to start off with something like this. Now, you don't have to follow your lines exactly, of course. I mean, this is just something to inspire you. It's something to give you an idea of something to draw. Okay? And right now I see kind of a creature, kind of like Nessie from, whatever lake that is. Or I see, some kind of I see a concept character, really, is what I see. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start developing this character out. And if I see some lines that I don't like, that's okay. I'll draw what I want. in the end. That's not going to be the problem for me. And I will just continue. If I have a hard time, I'll look around at the lines around the image and I'll build off of them so that way I can build something up that I think I might like. Okay. So far I'm not feeling this just yet, so I'm just trying to see what happens if I add to it or subtract from it, or what I can create out of this literal insanity at this point. Okay, I didn't plan on putting out this, what I'm thinking would be kind of like a beak here, so I'm adding it to the character and seeing how I think this might look, and I'm going to take this down to here. Alright, well that just brought out some kind of a bird, obviously. Okay. Let me try and erase. Now what I did wrong is I'm actually sadly erasing everything, and that's not really what I wanted to do. So what I should have done is I should have gone to layer 2 and begun my my inking of this character on layer 2. So what I'm going to do for now is I'm just going to keep fidgeting with this, and I'm going to see if maybe I can still create something, even though obviously I got this mess here. So I will actually try and erase just a little bit of these lines, but just remember, as you're erasing these lines, you're losing a lot of stuff that could become extra to your character, or whatever you're trying to create. I mean, my brain always sees stuff in characters, in concept characters and things like that, in cartoons. Where your brain might see buildings, it might see abstract, it might see scenery, it might see who knows whatever else, so it's not just one style of art that you could be pulling out of this. I mean, obviously scribbling all over the place here is very abstract as it is. Okay. My dog Honor is laying down on the floor behind me here. I don't want to roll my chair back or I will run him over. He's like, I want attention. Fine, you're not going to give me any. I'm just going to lay on the floor behind you, and if you kill me, that's fine. I love my dog. He's incredible. Alright, so I got this sketch going on here. I'm feeling kind of good about it. What I'm going to do is, since I made my boo-boo and I put that in the wrong layer, I'm just going to go ahead and dim my background layer just a little bit, okay? And on the layer above, I'll go ahead and try and maybe ink out this a little bit more. And actually what I'll do is I'll ink it on layer 3. And I'll use layer 2 for tone and color value. Okay? So let's see what I can come up with here really quick. Thanks for being so patient with me recently, everybody. I mean, I know I haven't done any tutorials. I know I've been doing some speed paints, and they've been pretty quick speed paints. I've been really busy with a bunch of projects. We do have a brand new thing that I do very much want you to check out. If you like my art and you want to take part in one of my classes, I now have online art classes. Okay, they're brand new. Just found a company that can take care of the stuff I need with the technology that I need, and already took care of all of that stuff, got it all set up. So what I need now is students, and I have a lot of you who've been asking me to do classes. And it's been kind of tough to offer the classes because obviously not everyone lives here in Orlando, where I can teach you at my classes at Sam Flax. So what I did was I went and found a service that could offer my Honor. I'm a little busy, buddy. He's got his head nudged between my arm and my desk. I'm sorry, buddy. I gotta work. Now his face isn't my way. All right. You can put your nose on. No, not on. No, above my arm, not above him. You can put it right there. Attaboy. And then he goes back underneath again. That's not going to happen. And I really hate that because it feels like he's digging his eyeball into the side of my arm. Honor, stop. Good boy. Good boy. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yes. I'm going to be offering these classes online, and I'm looking for students now. So if any of you guys who've been interested in taking part of my classes want to join me in my classes, I'm going to be offering a workshop this Saturday. It's June 23rd, and it will be online, okay? You can just go to my website, timmichaelarts.com, click on the first top link that you see on the web page, or you can also scroll down a little bit, and you'll see a link there that says, well, I mean, okay, let me make sure that I get this right. You can go to my website and click on the Tim Michael School of Art, and that will take you to a link that says online classes. Click on that, the live online classes link, and the first one that you see is a class workshop that's going to be held on June 23rd for only $10. It'll be about 2 hours long, and actually I think it's going to run a lot longer than that. What I'm going to do is what I'm doing here, but I'm going to explain all the tools that I'm using. I'm going to explain all the functions that you can do with them, and I'm going to get you started on understanding how to work in Photoshop better. It's only $10. It's a great course, and I've taught this course many times before. And I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys now that there's actually a service that we can use online. The other positive thing is you're welcome to ask questions. If you have a microphone or you have a web camera, you can actually become part of the thing by actually logging in with your webcam and your microphone, and you can talk to me live, like talking to me over the phone. And I can see you, if you want, via webcam. Okay, it's only $10, so make sure that if you can, to take part in that class. It's going to be from 4:30 to 6:30. Okay, and it's not that bad, but it might run a lot longer than that, because in my advertising for this, I will be starting an image from scratch, just like this, and I'm going to take it all the way through to the very end. So you're going to get to watch me work. This could be much longer than just a 2-hour class. So you will get your money's worth and then some out of that, okay? So if you don't mind, make sure to go to my website, timmichaelarts.com, before June 23rd, 2012, okay? Take a look at the online classes there. Once again, you can do that by either clicking on the Tim Michael School of Arts on the very top of the page, or scroll down and you'll see the link there for online live classes. And you can click on that and you'll see the purchasing area there, okay? I will email you as soon as I receive your payment and let you know that you are reserved for my classes. I can only have up to so many people in my class, okay? And then once you're in there, I will be able to show you guys the actual class. Honor, your eye is in my arm again. Come on, buddy. Anyway, I think you guys get my drift. Just go check out my website, timmichaelarts.com, and I will be looking forward to having you join me in my first official workshop. Honor, stop. Hey, stop. Good boy. There you go. Good boy. Thank you. I love my dog, but he gets in my way when I'm trying to do live streams and yeah, recordings and such. Good boy, and he's back down behind my chair again. Okay, so anyway, here's how the character's coming along. It looks pretty cool. I was thinking kind of a Falco sort of look, if any of you remember the old N64 video games. And I'm not really following many of the lines that that are here. I still might grab one or two just because my pen and brain naturally wanders to those. There we go. My good little Anna. I love you, buddy. Just don't get in my way, okay? Alright. That's a good boy. He's a smart dog. He's a Labradoodle, a poodle and a Labrador. Smart as a whip. And the cool thing is you can take a tennis ball and throw it in the air. He'll catch it square in his mouth. No problem. Okay. Alright, we're already at 13 minutes in this video. I hope you guys don't mind a longer video. I am going to go ahead and put some shading in here before I finish this up. Now, the other thing is that you don't have to stop here. Seriously, I mean, you can create backgrounds. You can create everything out of all these scribbles. This could really become a full piece. Or you can find a whole bunch of different characters and you can fill up a sketchbook full of these characters. And the reason why I like that specifically is because I don't like handing a possible new client my sketchbook and they look at it and see only one image per page. I like to have a whole bunch of different sketches on every individual page so that they have lots and lots and lots of stuff to look at. So here we go. Alright, let me go ahead now and apply some quick tone and value to this, and that way you can kind of see my technique with that. I am sorry if I got all confusing with the whole online classes thing. You just go ahead and check out my website, and all the information will be there for you. And if you have any other questions, you can just send me an email. You'll find my email on my website. Also, if you haven't followed me on my blog yet, make sure you do that. It's drawtoomuch.com, and it is a Tumblr blog, so you're more than welcome to follow me on Tumblr. That would be great. I have 20 people who follow me on Tumblr right now. I put up a lot of stuff on there, and so you definitely want to stop in and check that out. I will also be putting up a link for the workshop there as well after I finish this demo. I was inspired to go ahead and do this demo really quick while I felt in the mood, and so I kind of put down finishing the advertising for the actual workshop so I could do this. So what I'm doing here is I'm just starting to apply the shading that'll go around the face here. Now in the workshop, I'll be teaching you about all of this. I'll be showing you my brush setup. I'll be showing you, kind of how each one of these parts works out. And so definitely want you to be a part of that. I'm sorry I'm upselling it so much, but I'm really excited about it. We're finally on the road to offering these classes online so that people who don't live in Orlando can actually take part of it. So it's taken a lot of preparation to get to this point, but we're there, and I'm excited to really be able to share that with you guys now. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and apply some white in here now. It's going to start bringing out more of the highlights of this guy. And the nice thing is I had no idea what I was starting off with, but because of all these scribbles all over the place, I've come up with this, and this is not a bad sketch. Just for something quick, just for a quick concept character. Oh, poor guy. Yeah, it's a good dog. Good on her. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Honor keeps grabbing my attention. I'm sorry. Come in here to my eyeball here. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some more white into here. And actually, I'm going to fix up the highlight a little bit, and then I'm going to go pure white with this. And the reason why I want to go pure white is I want to go ahead and really start making some of these tones really just pop. And just got to start sketching out some areas where a lot of light might hit. And believe me, it's going to really make this image just flip. Really incredible stuff. Now, also what would help me in this case, to really help me pull out my values, I mean, doesn't that look great already? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and make another, well, I'm going to take this the background layer, okay? And I'm going to grab a blue, I might go maybe a lighter blue or a darker blue. I'm going to try darker blue first. I'm just going to shoot up the back of this thing here and see how I like that. Okay, now let me go ahead and try a lighter version of that. Hit that and see what I think. Okay, I'm going to go kind of a mid-range, which could be leading really close back to the skin again. Yeah, it is. So let's do maybe a bit more white, just for the heck of it. Alright, yeah, that'll be fine. What I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to give myself more options and remove the white background. That way it makes my highlights that I'm drawing in here stand out even more. Let's see. Whoops, I'm on the wrong layer. It might help if I move to the right layer here. Here we go. All right. Okay, what I'm doing right now is I'm applying a heavy-duty highlight along certain key areas here, and these key areas are like a mirror image. It's where the light is going to hit its strongest. It could also be considered as a backlight, but considering that he's actually from the side, it's not so much a backlight. But now if I put it back here, like right back here, now it's a backlight, because most of the light's probably hitting from the front of his face. If you take a look at his eye and see where I've put the shine there, then that will let you know, and then the backlight's going to go in the back here. Okay? Alright, now I feel he needs a bit more structure, so I'm going to go ahead and grab a darker color here, and I'm probably going to remove a bit of these highlights, and I'm going to try and build up this cheek area here with some weight. So it's actually probably going to kind of look a little, hopefully if I do it right, it's going to start to look a little fattening. And what I might do is, right now I'm using a hard brush with opacity. What I might do is I might switch over to my airbrush and apply some of this with my airbrush. I'll go ahead and fill this in here, and if I fill it in, it's going to start looking like it's going to go into the face, which I don't want it to do that just yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this hard dark coat here, and then what I'm going to do is change over to my airbrush, grab some of the true highlight here, and just start applying just a very light coating to the top of this, and that's going to make it pop a little bit. Anyway, I'll be instructing you on all this and more in my online class, in my 2-hour workshop, which will probably turn into a 3-hour workshop. Don't be surprised. Okay. Go a bit darker here. Now what I want to do is I want to build up the bottom of this a little bit more so it starts to show more of a shadow. It's going to start looking a bit rounded, hopefully, pretty soon. There you go. You see how round that looks now? It looks like it's kind of puffing out. Good. And let me just whiten up the beak here a little bit. I'm gonna whiten it up, and then I'll probably put in some more highlight to kind of show where the true color of the beak, which would be in this case yellowish, but since I'm only doing tone and value on this, I'm not going to be showing that so strongly, so richly. Let me go ahead and kind of apply just a bit more along here. Grab my highlight and probably apply a little bit to the outside of this right here. I'll bring up my opacity all the way. I'm on the wrong layer. Whoops. Here we go. I was wondering why nothing was changing that much. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and darken up the top of the nose now with my airbrush, because I'm trying to, cause some separation. I want some things to be different, Usually some birds might have a difference on the top of their beak, so I'm just trying to build that up a little bit here, kind of show that off. And I'm going to put some depth in the bottom of it, which will probably make it look like it's going inwards, concave. I'll include the link in the description below for the online class, okay? I'm just thinking about that. I have a description box where I can include the link, so if you got really confused, then just check the link in the description below. Just start darkening some of this up. I'm really looking forward to the chat that we'll be able to have with each other on there because of the new system. And what will happen is when you purchase, I'll send you an email on the day of the show, and that email will have an invite, and that invite will, you just click on that and you'll be invited into the live session where we can do the broadcast. It's by invitation only, so definitely want you to be there, and looking forward to it very much. Okay, since I have this right here, I'm going to go ahead and just continue this down here. Remove some of that strong bevel there. I might build it back up a little bit and just give, you know, what I can do is I can whiten this right here, and it'll keep the bevel, but it won't be as bold. Or it'll be more bold. It depends on that scenario. And I'll be teaching about all of this in my online classes. Not just the workshop. The workshop is more introductory, but the online classes, the ones that I will be teaching once I get back from my trip, those will be the big deal. Those are going to teach you all the ins and outs of Photoshop and how to paint in Photoshop. And if you have Paint Tool Sci, we can even do a class on Paint Tool Sci and stuff like that. So, sorry I'm upselling that so much. I'm really excited about it. I got it all set up last night and ran some tests and everything, and I'm going, this is it! I found what I was looking for! You know, so I'm finally able to step forward into what I planned to do in the first place. Okay, and of course when you feel you're done with this, I mean, you can do whatever you want to your image, of course, but what I'm saying is that there's lots more that you can do with this canvas. I mean, in my sketchbook, I will put scribbles in there, and I will leave them there for days. And then when I'm bored, it's like a coloring book. I'll go and look in there, and I'll find stuff that I can draw out of scribbles that I did days ago. You know, and that's how I fill up my sketchbooks. It's not a new technique. There's lots of artists who use it. It's just a way to, you know, when you find you have no inspiration, but you really just want to draw something, it's perfect. It works out great. I'm also looking forward to talking with you guys about marketing your businesses. If you have a business and you want to market yourself more, then definitely come and join me for the workshop and ask me about it. Because you can ask your questions. You can ask me, well, Tim, how do you handle this and how do you handle that? I'll be happy to tell you some of my tips and techniques on marketing your business. It really does come in handy to understand some of the ins and outs of social networking and understanding, you know, how a person's brain works. And, you know, I'll go to my friends and I'll say, hey, how does this look? Does this direct your attention to where I need you to go? And then, you know, like, I'll even say, okay, go to my website and find this. Okay, well, where do I look? Just go look. If you find it, then I did it right. If you don't find it, then that means that I need to redesign my website so it's easier to find, you know. So I'd be happy to talk with you guys a little bit more about marketing your businesses, your art businesses, and getting further out there into the art industry and how to, you know, how to be able to actually make some money off of your skill. I mean, you're probably an amazing artist. You know, you might have a lot of skill, but you haven't actually sold anything yet, and you're wondering why not. And I would love to be able to share my techniques with you, my advice on, you know, being able to market your business. And maybe if we wanted, I can cover a lot of that, but then also we can have a workshop specifically on marketing your business. Alright, I know I'm not nearly done with this, but we're at 28 minutes here, but I hope that you've enjoyed this. I mean, this all started off from nothing. And, yeah, I really hope that caught your attention and gives you an idea of what you can do. Obviously, you clean this up, you can paint it up, do whatever you want, build off of it. I mean, this could be the start of a real cool character in the end. What I would do is I would simply, let's check this out. You know you're doing a good job if you can erase your lines and you still have a great structure underneath. That looks really good. I would select these two layers and remove them from your sketch layer. And then what you can do is then you can begin, you know, maybe building a body off of the bottom of this guy since you have an idea already built. And let me go ahead and save this. I'm gonna call this one Bird Brain, just because I can. And I will try and upload this also to my Draw Too Much blog. So make sure that you stop by the blog if you want to see a bit of a better image of this guy. Alright, well, thank you very much, guys. Make sure to check out my website, timmichaelarts.com. Look in the link below. Click on the link below for the online workshop that's going to be on June 23rd, I believe. Let me double check that. June 23rd. It's going to be a Saturday from 4:30 to 6:30, and hope that you guys can join. Okay. I think that's about it. So God bless you all richly. Hope that you enjoyed the tutorial. Give it a shot for yourselves. Send me your art. Go to my blog. Go to my Facebook fan page. Actually, Facebook fan page. There's links all over my website. There's links all over everything. Just go to my Facebook fan page. Go to Facebook and look up Tim Michael Arts, and you'll be able to upload your art there onto my wall. I'd love to see what kind of stuff you guys come up with because of my tutorials. All right, God bless you. See you next time right here on Tim Michael Arts here on YouTube.